The title of our next presentation is How Mindful Are You? The Role of Mindfulness in Stress and Health. Please welcome David.
Who here has ever been stressed? Stress is a universal human experience. In fact, I'm feeling it right now. We generally know that when we are stressed, our heart rate and blood pressure increase. This is a normal and healthy response. However, if this reaction is exaggerated or if it takes too long to recover, then you might be at greater risk for high blood pressure and heart disease. These diseases are often preventable through proper diet and exercise. But what about mental habits, like how we handle stress? In recent decades, the concept of mindfulness has been suggested as a means of reducing stress. Mindfulness is defined as purposefully paying attention in the present moment without judgment. Mindfulness is a skill, but some people are naturally more mindful than others. Similar to how socializing is a skill, but some people are more extroverted than others. Research shows that those who have had mindfulness practice had less intense blood pressure reactions during stress than those who haven't practiced. Therefore, I predicted that those who have more trait mindfulness would also have this benefit. In my study, I presented two questionnaires. One asked about facets of mindfulness, including awareness, non-judgment, and non-reactivity. The other asked about perceptions of stress in their life over the past month. Participants sat in a chair as we attached a blood pressure cuff and an EKG to measure heart rate. After a few minutes of resting, we presented a task. I would like for you to count backwards from 612 by sevens as fast as you can without making any mistakes, or you'll have to start over. Any questions? Their hearts were already racing. After a few minutes, we let them relax so that we could measure their recovery. Here's what I found. Those who rated themselves as being more mindful also reported that they perceived less stress in their life. This appeared to match my prediction and previous studies. However, their mindfulness scores were generally not associated with their blood pressure patterns. What does this mean? Well, we know that there are blood pressure effects for the practice of mindfulness, but perhaps this isn't necessarily true for trait mindfulness. Similar to how thinking of yourself as being physically fit isn't necessarily the same as going for a workout. So what's my conclusion? It's clear that mindfulness on the whole is in fact associated with reduced psychological stress. And if you're interested in keeping a steady heart in a stressful situation, then the practice of mindfulness might just be for you. Given the prevalence of stress and the public health burden of high blood pressure and heart disease, we could all use some mindfulness in our daily lives. Thank you.